What's up, everybody? My name's Chance, and today we're going to be diving into a Riddled with Spells deck. It's an Izzet Spells deck. You know, you've probably seen that from the title. I don't have to explain it to you. So a couple cards that got added that are actually really nice in this deck and in this format. Academic Dispute, 1 mana instant speed. Target creature blocks this turn if able, which means you can make your opponent small creatures that never want to block, which is actually a lot of creatures that are played nowadays. You know, you have you have Edgewall Innkeeper, which is one of those that's played and not attacked with. You have things like Luminarch Aspirant, which sometimes, again, played and not attacked with. Selfless Saviors, right? Played and not attacked with. And furthermore, outside of this being a 1 mana way to get your opponent's creatures up on the front line, it also allows you to learn, which means you can dive into your sideboard, you know, and grab one of these lessons, or multiple lessons, really, depending on, you know, what's up with it. Anyways, fantastic deck. I played it this morning. It worked beautifully. It is another budget deck that comes from Doggart Cubone. So if you're wondering where I'm pulling these lists from, you know, as always, link in the description. There's so much information that you can find just by going to the description. Anyways, diving into what it's all about. It's just basically a spell slinging creature aggro deck. You got Dorat that's I can't English this morning, and y'all are gonna have to apologize, or y'all gonna have to apologize. Yeah, you have to say sorry to me because I can't speak. I'm gonna have to apologize to y'all because I can't speak this morning. Anyways, we have Dorat, which just gets bigger and bigger and bigger per non-creature we play. So even things like Riddle Form is actually going to boost up the Dorat's power, because even though this becomes a creature, it doesn't enter the battlefield as a creature, and you don't cast it as a creature. So, you know, Dorat just gets really big. Rimrock Knight, a good old blade if I've ever seen one. 2 mana for a 3/1, that's what we consider a blade. 1 mana on the flip side, instant speed. Target creature gets +2/+0, incredibly strong when you're dealing with things like Dorat and Heartfire Emulator, which you can turn around, sacrifice, and deal damage equal to its power to target creature or planeswalker, which is, again, really nice. I really enjoy the prowess ability, and I think it's a little OP. Not actually a little OP, but it is a fun and fantastic way to take your opponent out when they've got their pants down. You know, if they leave the ability for you to swing in with your Heartfire Emulator open, you can rack up so much damage. If you Rimrock this thing, you're not just adding +2/+0, you're adding +3/+1, right? Because this gets +1/+1 every time you cast a non-creature spell. So again, Riddle Form will help proc to the Heartfire. I swear, talking is difficult sometimes. Anyways, I'm not going to go through the entire deck today, mostly because I can't English properly, and I don't think anybody wants to hear that. So, for the large majority, I'm going to let the gameplay speak for itself. This is an interesting card that I'm happy of seeing play. Even whenever it came out, I was like, you know, that feels like it has value. I feel like I said that back in M21. 4 mana, star power, 4 toughness, trample, and it reads whenever, well, I guess I'll read about the power first. Its power is equal to the number of instant and sorcery cards in your graveyard, which obviously, you know, varies game to game, but it can become rather intense. Furthermore, whenever it enters the battlefield, you can discard up to 2 cards and then draw that many as well, so great at cycling out what you don't need. Sorry about the phone going off, sorry about the rasp in my voice. I honestly need to drink a little bit of water, but, you know, I'm rounding out the video, so yeah. Anyways, sideboard has a lot of lessons that you can learn from. Sorry, I saw the opportunity. Now, they're all fairly good. This can either transform a smaller creature you control into a larger creature, or vice versa, transform a large creature the opponent controls into a small creature. So it's nice. Helps you to hit your land, helps you to destroy artifacts, helps you to get down more creatures, helps you to build your creatures up, bigger creature and bigger creature. So, with all of that in mind, hope you guys and girls have been enjoying these videos. If you have, please be sure to leave a like down below on this video. Leave a comment on what your favorite part of these decks is, or however that sentence should be said. Subscribe if you want to see more awesome content from yours truly. And of course, be sure to hop over to Doggart Cubone, either on his Twitch thing, or just go, you know, follow his articles, because the man puts out a lot of good content. A lot of it takes a lot of time in order to construct. So, you know, pay homage and whatnot. Anyways, thanks everybody for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and without further ado, we're going to dive into the deck. Alrighty, Duran Jr. Fairly sure we We faced off against them yesterday. We don't have any mountains in this hand. That's better. Alright. We'll keep... What are we tossing back? Crash through, maybe? I don't know. We'll go ahead and get down the island, I think, so we can have the opt. I think it's more likely that we'll need to draw a card over trying to take out a 1-health creature, you know? Shadow Spear. I was correct. Stern Dismissal. I don't think so. I think I would like to find at least one more land. Shock? Yeah. Okay. It is something. But I did hit another land there, so happy. Let's get down the riddle form. Does leave ourselves a little defenseless here, but, you know. Opponent. Snow, mono red. They have Shadow Spear and they didn't play anything else. What is going on? So, I mean, I can just shock them in the face. That gives me access to the 3/3. I don't see why not, right? Why the heck not, man? Take action. So this will be 5 damage to face. Bone Crusher, they're sending 2 back at me. That's fine. And then play down Bone Crusher. I think we go Academic Dispute. It will cost us 2 life here. Resolve. I can take out their Bone Crusher with my creature. I'm not gonna. Alright, we have all of 3 mana left. I guess that would have worked, huh? Oops. This works as well. Alright, well, let's just go for this then, I guess. Or, whoa, I can do this. Oh, no, wait. Damn you, Chance. Might have just done the wrong thing there. Whatever. Whatever. I don't need your judgment. I'm taking so much damage off this Bone Crusher. Oh no, he lost all of it. In case you're ever wondering how not to play this deck. Oh shoot. Oh, they're like, what are you doing? Oh no. Alrighty. Whew. Okay, alright. Back to playing normally. Yeah. This might be lethal on us. They do only need 1 point of, I mean, you're already a 3/3. They do only need 1 point of damage here, which is a little scary. We'll end our turn on that note. If I had 1 more land, I could play this instant speed, and then our real form would be able to pop up and block the Bone Crusher, but, GG. Not even necessarily entirely because they did that well. I just did that very unwell. But yeah, you can learn just as much by making mistakes as you can by getting it right, if not more so. So I learned a lot that game. I suppose so. Good at suppose. Anyways, wasn't a great joke. I'm not gonna lie. Right? We got the ops. They're ready to go. We got a Heartfire emulator. It's ready to go. What are you playing? Ooh, Boros. That's obnoxious. Another land? Hey, I'll take that. I will indeed taketh that. And here comes Heartfire. Next turn, we probably play other Heartfire. Maybe use Academic Dispute to force their Selfless into blocking, right? Sounds like a good play. Of course, looking at it now, yeah, I don't know. All right, let's drop the other Heartfire. We're not getting any hiccups here, so I don't really think they have a Bone Crusher, which means I think we go for the Academic Dispute. I mean, it doesn't really matter. We could find additional land. Not a bad thing. Not a bad thing at all. Of course, increasing the damage on one of our emulators isn't bad either. Let's go looking for the land. We'll hit that stuff later. So we swing in for the 3. They have to block with Selfless, right? So taking that out. Taking that downtown. Now, do I drop Spikefield as a land? Guess that all depends on if we see a land, right? So we can just bounce that annex right back to hand, and I'm not gonna lie, it's exactly what I'm gonna do. And then I think I'm just gonna find some blue mana here. Where should I find? Well, I mean, it does give us opt, and that's fine, right? Yeah, this is like so much damage. Crash through seems fine with what we have being able to output on the next turn. Bam, bam. So we just half health them. I like you, Heartfire emulator. I knew you were good from the second you were dropped. Although I'm not gonna lie, I thought for the longest time Heartfire emulator could deal damage to the opponent's face as well as creatures and planeswalkers, which would be absurd. Excuse me, what are you doing? You're not allowed to play big creatures like that. What are you doing? Alright. Let's put them up to 3/3s. Spikefield can put them up to 4/4s, but Rimrock can put one of them up to a little bit bigger than that. And I like the idea of that. Maybe I should have grabbed red mana, you know? You know. So, yeah, we'll just put the extra damage onto this one so it'll punch right through. Bam, bam. They're down to 4 life. Unfortunately, I've lost one of my creatures, but you know, hey, they have 4 life and I have a 2/2 on the board. We do have a Spikefield, which can go directly to face. If I could draw into a shock, they're one off. They're one off of just direct barrage. We'll see though. They do have an annex. We know for sure that they can drop. So they're not creatureless, you know. And it is an annex. Alrighty, well. I think what we do is swing with Heartfire and Spikefield them in the face. We'll get the trade-off with the annex. We'll get the 1 damage to face. Actually, it's not a trade. We just take out annex. You know what I mean. Anyways, they're down to 3 life. We have Rimrock. We have Heartfire. All they have is a creature that can't block, so they still need to drop a creature on this turn. We are drawing a bit heavy on the lands, though, as well, right? Was that 16, and we've drawn 7? Alright, so Seasoned Hollow Blade. If that's all they have, though, that won't be enough. So they gotta have Bone Crusher as well, right? That's gotta be what the other 2 mana is. Sorry, I got a sleepy in my eye. For those of you that are like, Chance, what the fuck's a sleepy? It's... Yeah, you know what a sleepy is. You know, an eye, crusty, whatever you call it. Now, if I sacrifice you to take out you, do they just immediately Bone Crusher you? You know what I mean? If I swing all in, they block here to here, or here to here, and then they use Bone Crusher on the other one, and we're still stuck at a standstill. Alright. Well, let's get down this other Heartfire emulator. Oh, lands, why do you screw me so? We could make them discard 2 cards, but it would cost us 2 creatures, and I don't know if that's worth it. Does this seem curious to anybody else? Whatever. Whatever. So I could make them discard 2 if I sack you and swing it there. But man, if they have Bone Crusher, I'm gonna regret this. You're gonna discard another card? They did. Could try to make him discard again, but I think we're fine. Wow, Heartfire, they really didn't have Bone Crusher. I'm not gonna lie. I thought they would. That's awkward. I thought for sure they were gonna have Bone Crusher. Alright, so their Skyclave doesn't get anything. They're losing the season. Beautiful. Can I find... Oh, let's freaking go. Thank you, game. I'll not complain about lands, at least for another 2 games. How about that? Is that a deal? John Coffee. Yeah, it is coffee. Sorry, I looked at it and I was like... But does it say coffee? Or are you just crazy? Now, also, while I was looking at it, I was like questioning, is that actually how you spell coffee? You know? Have I been deceived to my entire life? I don't know. I think we go Riddle Form this turn. Next turn we can drop Dorat plus something like Crash Through or even Rimrock, you know, Boulder Rushing it up. And that'll allow us to swing in with the Riddle Form and with the Dorat. Now, you're playing Selesnya, and you're looking like you might be aggro. Indeed so. So, I'm just gonna show you what's happening up front, I think. Or do I want to draw the card? You know, I'll just draw. It'll be alright. We'll be okay. Spike Field. Okay. Not terrible. Not horrible. It is an easy, cheap way to pop our creatures up onto the offensive. On this next turn, Dorat can potentially be up to 5 damage. Alongside that 3/3, we're looking at 8 damage to face. They're looking at 7 life remaining. Now that Conclave Mentor has to die if they want to gain life off of it. You gonna try and race me? Interesting. That is an interesting choice for sure, sir or madam. Tell you what, I'm gonna do. Spike Field, you. Right, because that's just got to happen. Doesn't have any +1/+1 counters on it, so the Swarm Shambler doesn't even get to do its whole shebang with it. Next, attack. Do I drop a Rimrock? How much damage can we get output first? Decline, you're already a creature. What are you doing? So that's 9. If I was to +2, adds 3 damage, which puts us to 12, 3 off of lethal. I can't do this. I want to, but I can't. Because Rimrock, if we draw into a land or if we bust on whatever we're trying to draw next turn, this will still equate to us being able to pop up the Riddle Form. And if they happen to take out Dorat, sure, Riddle Form plus Rimrock isn't going to be 6 damage, but it's 5 and it's close, right? It's very close. So I'm going for like worst case scenario of what they could possibly have. Best case scenario, like we just win. If we have a 4/4 flyer, we can pop the 3/3 flyer up, we can give additional damage. So worst case scenario is what I'm playing for now that I am so close to achieving victory. All right, what you got for me, Senor or Senorita Coffee? Another mentor. I think we got this game in the bag. I thinketh we got the game in the bag. Yep, GG. Indeed, indeed. All right, well, that was a quick one.